As a competitive and recreational instructor, I developed the Gymnastics Employee Training Series to help me be more efficient in teaching my classes and at the same time get better results. The Gymnastics Employee Training Series innovates the way instructors and students learn gymnastics. It is unique in that it is able to adapt to any training environment, which increases its value and practical application. It is both simple to teach and applies to all levels of gymnastics. The Gymnastics Employee Training Series allows you to have the ability to train anyone with zero experience in as little as 6 hours. This is what sets our program apart from any others out on the market. There are two aspects to the Gymnastics Employee Training Series: the method and the content. The GETS method is a systematic training process that identifies the progressions that all training goes through. The GETS method will teach you how to communicate clearly, have obtainable expectations, and move your students through skill progressions. The GETS method is your guide in how to create an efficient training environment. The GETS content is built on a few simple principles, and when paired with the GETS method becomes a very effective way of teaching. The GETS content streamlines the teaching process through both intuitive and natural learning. As a competitive coach, I discovered I can only teach as fast as my students' ability to learn. This means in order for my student to feel successful, they need to have obtainable goals every step throughout the training process. The GETS content organizes the information into complexes or packets of information, and this allows for a more effective way to teach and learn. Getting results is what makes learning fun, so the GETS content helps the student get results one progression at a time.
When I first started coaching, I just came in and shadowed a couple classes for about 2 weeks and then took them over on my own. Personally, I like the GETS training because I felt like when I started coaching, I didn't really know what I was doing, and the GETS training gave me a lot more knowledge. About the GETS training, I think that there's a lot of inconsistency, so they're just learning a bunch of things, having things thrown at them from here or there, and then with the GETS training it's more consistent so they can focus on something and learn it. The GETS training was, we would have group meetings with all of us and we got to experience it. So it was like we would talk to each other as if we were teaching in class. Like one person would be like the kid and then the other person would be the teacher. And then we had some one-on-one training and stuff like that. Personally, I like the GETS training because I felt like when I started coaching, I didn't really know what I was doing, and the GETS training gave me a lot more knowledge.
Prior to GETS, my coaching experience was very stressful. I would come in every day not knowing what I was going to teach or how long I was going to teach it for, so it was just kind of crazy. Every day was different for me and for my students. GETS has really helped me be able to maintain high quality coaching every single day because I can come in and look at the schedule and know what I'm going to teach, how I'm going to teach it, so I can get mentally prepared, emotionally prepared, and then I do the same thing for my students, and it now allows me to get results. The process for training and learning GETS was kind of a whirlwind. It was totally different from my coaching experience previous, but I liked the idea of having written complexes on a paper that I could look at, learn myself, be able to translate to my students. If I messed anything up, it was really easy to go back to the piece of paper and just retrain myself and retrain my athletes. I think GETS can help any coach out there that's willing to learn and train because it's such a straightforward process and it allows you to sit back and learn the material but still maintain high quality results in gymnastics.
I've spent the last several years developing the Gymnastics Employee Training Series. It is currently being used inside of gyms and has had huge success amongst instructors and students. I developed the Gymnastics Employee Training Series because I needed a better training plan, not for my students, but for myself. I invite you to innovate the way that you teach and learn gymnastics. Become a human innovator and train with GETS.